Hey guys, what's up? Filming another podcast, finally finding a good routine for this. Anytime I come up with some amazing sort of breakthroughs when it comes to like new ideas, new realizations, I'm just gonna film a podcast and just create this content for you guys. I think YouTube is great for sort of instructional sort of Khan Academy, like sort of educational content. Whereas when it comes to talking about mindset, realizations, breakthroughs, I think that's much better for the podcast. And that's sort of how I'm gonna give you guys exclusive content. And thank you for everyone that's listening as of right now. I just want to thank you guys. I really appreciate that you guys are going through the extra effort and further supporting me by listening to my podcast. And I just want to say thank you. But on this episode, we're going to talk about acceptance and being able to accept loss. So I've been listening to, I think his name is Peter Crone, and he taught me something amazing. He taught me that you should be able, like a flaw, for example, manifestation and sort of visualization and the law of attraction is just visualizing success. And that's all you visualize, and you can't, like, you're just like, I'm gonna be successful, I'm gonna kill it no matter what, like, everything is gonna work out and things are gonna be very well, I'm gonna become rich. But the flaw in that is, what if you don't? What if you get cancer? What if you get hit by a truck? What if you become disabled? Now, when I've been sort of really visualizing me really becoming successful, traveling the world, making an impact, I have been ignoring, I've been suppressing that feeling of that, I might die, I might get hit, I might get cancer. Even saying this right now, I'm not fully accepting it and I'm getting goosebumps. Like fuck, like my body, I've conditioned myself so much with the thought of me just being very successful, full of life. I have all my arms and legs. I'm at the age of, 80, traveling the world, even at the age of 50, and things are going very well. Like, that's all I know. And I haven't actually accepted that. And I think it's a flaw. And the reason it's a flaw is because what if I get cancer? What if I get hit by a truck and now I'm disabled? What if I die? What if I just have a bunch of loss and then a bunch of close people just pass away at a prime sort of time of my business, and whatever is going on at that time fails? Like, that's a possibility. And by really being able to digest this, man, like, this is hard to even talk about, but being able to digest this, it's going to allow me to, one, when that happens, I'm not going to be crushed and confused and sort of shocked to the place where I sort of go sane. I'm going to be like, oh, damn, like, this sucks, but, this was expected. Like, was one of the paths or the things that could have happened, and it happened. Now I just have to deal with it. So you're able to deal with it better when it happens if you're able to accept it now. And two, now that I finally have realized that, these things can happen, I can start subconsciously at the back of my brain start coming up with solutions on what I would do if that happens. So when it does happen, I'll be okay. But with that said, you still have to be super committed to your goals. Push hard for your goals, and whatever happens, happens. Enjoy the process. Enjoy putting in your 100%. Like, you need to, like, I didn't understand this, but my mentor Vincent Ing taught me is that you need to enjoy the process and just be happy that you gave it your all, because that's all you can really do. It's been very hard to sort of understand that, but I'm slowly starting to. Like, I should not be happy about the results of my labor. I should be very happy about just putting in my 100%, because that's the only thing you control, how much that you put in. And then whatever happens, happens. And I need to be open to the fact that I might get hit with some uncurable disease. I might get hit with like losing everything. Like, that may happen. But it's going to be okay, because it wouldn't have been my fault. I've been putting in my all every single day. And when that happens, that's just life doing its thing. And it's not my fault. When you sort of just keep on visualizing and trying to manifest success, you remove the thought that failure is a possibility. And besides those first two issues, the third issue is I forgot the third issue. I was just on my tip of my tongue. I was just saying how yes. The third issue is when these things happen, you tend to blame yourself. Like, for example, if I've kept on going down this route of success, like, I'm destined for greatness, like, I'm gonna kill it, I've already visualized it. When I get hit with cancer, I'm gonna blame myself and be like, fuck, like, man, why I'll be pissed, like, why did this happen to me? Rather than now, when I do get cancer, I'll be like, oh, damn, like, on the 12th of December 2019, I did sort of do a podcast about how, this is a possibility. And, subconsciously, I always knew, like, there's a chance that I might get cancer. And I guess that's sort of what happened. And there's literally nothing I could do about it. And it's okay. I've been trying my best every single day. And I'm very happy, because there's nothing more I could have done. And I think that's sort of the best mindset to be in. Be in the mindset where when you flip a coin and you don't get heads, that's okay. There was nothing you could have done. And that's sort of like a cool metaphor. Like, you should treat life as if you're flipping a coin. If you don't get heads, it's okay. Try again and again and again. And when you flip a coin and you don't get heads, you don't really get pissed about it, because you know that you tried your best and you flipped it and there was not much you can do. And I think that's the mindset I have to take on with life. How cool is this, by the way? Like, I really wish like entrepreneurs were this real and you got like super cool content like this. Like, this is very raw. But yeah, I need to like really put in my 100% every single day and accept all outcomes. And then with every outcome, try again. Flip the coin again. Flip the coin again. Flip the coin again. Flip the coin again. And eventually, I'm going to get to what I'm aiming for. Now, the downside of this, like, I could feel it right now, but my testosterone level, my hunger, everything has just dipped. I'm like, fuck. I'm really not in control of many things. And then now I'm less hungry. Like, I'm like not as hungry to push. So that's the downside of thinking like this. Just drinking water. I think what I'm going to do over the next few weeks is really internalize the possibility of shit hitting the wall, shit hitting the fan, but at the same time, really continue having this hunger to give it my all every single day and squeeze every second of life. Squeeze it hard like a lemon. I think that's what differentiates good entrepreneurs and amazing entrepreneurs. The amazing entrepreneurs accept failure and know that failure is an option, but they know that they're going to try again. And the great entrepreneurs are just so determined on success. They're laser focused. They're going to do whatever they can, no matter what the circumstances. They're going to just break walls after walls after walls to hit success. But I think I sort of understand what my uncle said. That's a good mindset to have, but what if you get your legs chopped off and you no longer can break past the current wall that's in front of you? What then? And that's a trap of the constant breaking down walls approach. Whereas the amazing entrepreneurs, they're not sort of rushing out walls. They're being very patient with life. They're enjoying the process. They have a small chisel, they have a small hammer, and they're just chipping away. They're looking at all the weak points of a wall. They're sort of analyzing the best way to knock down this wall, and they knock it down, and they're not expecting to see a field of flowers on the other side. They're expecting to see another wall, and they fall in love with the process of just taking down these walls, knocking down these problems of life, and they just enjoy that. And if that were all they were to do for the rest of their life, they'd be happy. Whereas the hungry, driven entrepreneurs, they're just pushing wall after wall after wall after wall, and they're like just hoping, like they're like, fuck, like I'm gonna keep pushing until I see that pot of gold, until I see that field of flowers, until I get out of this prison. But the great and amazing entrepreneurs are the ones that fall in love with the process of taking down these walls. And that's how I'm going to end this podcast. Thank you so much for listening, guys. Really appreciate it, guys. These podcasts are going to be insanely more consistent. Expect at least one of these every single week. I'm so happy to officially launch my weekly podcast. Peace out, guys. Peace.